Thank you, Dove. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I have Regina Akers with me this morning, and we're doing something a little bit different this morning. We are, in addition to teaching on Pal Talk, we are broadcasting live on the audiblespirit.com website, which is also being broadcast on Electric Laryland video cam, and we're videotaping it, so we're live.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. And if you want to join in this teaching this morning and watch us in addition to hearing this morning's teaching, just go to audiblespirit.com, and there you go. I really appreciate Regina being here with me this morning. We're together. We've been here recording the Holy Spirit's interpretation of the New Testament here at the studio, the audio version of NTI. Regina's been reading. She's doing a great job.
Thank you.
Wonderful voice. Yeah, sounds great. And we've got quite a bit of it done. Matter of fact, we're already up to
Hebrews. Yeah,
right.
Today we'll start reading Hebrews. And my guess is today, if we don't finish, we'll get everything done except for Revelation. And Revelation will be left for tomorrow. So.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Since we're using a little bit different setup, I'd like to ask anyone in the room who's listening to make sure that you can hear what we're saying and that it's working. All you have to do is type yes to let me know that it is working. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. It's working. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. I was reading Facebook this morning. I made a post on Facebook saying that Regina and I were going to teach together. And then a friend of mine made a post about the fact that he was going to IKEA, a new IKEA store in Michigan, and it was quite a distance from where he lives, and he just showed up there, of course, by accident. And when he showed up there, he met a friend of his he had not seen in over 37 years. And just coincidentally, they saw each other in IKEA, and his friend lives right next to IKEA. So he wanted to know about coincidences and how that's possible. How it's possible they just showed up there, and is it just random chance or whatever? So what came to me whenever he asked that question is that there are no coincidences. There's only one mind,
Right.
and we are all, that one mind is joined, and we are everything. So there's no accidents. And would you like to comment on that, Regina?
Well, all I can say is that as you were speaking, what I was doing was closing my eyes and feeling the truth of that. That's one thing that I seem to be doing more and more now, is I'm going to call it moving beyond the words, but the words are still used as a stimulus or a catalyst. So as you were speaking, I was closing my eyes and I was feeling the absolute. The word absolute is very key. The absolute truth of what you are saying, that we are all one, that we are everything, that we are so interconnected we couldn't even begin to describe it with human words or human thoughts, and that there are no coincidences. So I was just really feeling that, and at the same time feeling great, great gratitude for that truth, because it's just amazing and it's wonderful.
Yeah. And so what came to me after I read that and after I posted my response to his response on Facebook was something we just finished last night from NTI recording, and it's called the Holy Spirit's Interpretation of Philemon, which is on page 395. For those of you who have NTI and want to read along, here it is. It's on page 395, and I think it would be appropriate if we asked Regina to read a little bit of Philemon.
No break for the weary.
No break for the weary. Well, actually, what I was thinking, what appropriate was this, when he gets down here and he's talking about you are everything.
Yes.
And let's just talk about that.
Okay, so I'll read and you'll tell me when to pause then?
I will let you decide when you feel the right thing to pause.
Okay.
I don't need to tell you anything.
Okay, so here we go. NTI Philemon. It is time for a reminder of that which you are tempted to forget. It is time to look on love and remember clearly that you look on the truth of you. Do not doubt your truth. It is within you. It is you. You feel guilty because you believe you have abused your truth. You believe you have used your truth to separate yourself and to create pain in the heart of God. There is no pain in the heart of God. There is only the illusion of pain within your mind when you look away from the truth of what you are. It is time that you remember, so the illusion of pain may stop and your joy may be released, just as blue sky is revealed by the parting of clouds. You are everything. This is not a sentence. This is not even a thought. This is the fact of the truth of you. Look up and remember, you are everything. That feels like a good stopping point.
Yeah, and this is something that reminds me of what's been coming to me the entire time you've been reading NTI for the audio version of the audiobook. And that is, I have to admit that I have not read all of NTI before. This is my first time reading through NTI. I wasn't guided to before this time. I did glance through it, and I thought, well, this is truth. This is truth. I had the same feeling from NTI as I do from the course. And as Regina was reading up to this point, it was wonderful to be able to receive validation, because what I found by reading NTI and listening to Regina read it to me is that the prompts that I have been receiving, excuse me, the prompts that I have been receiving were true. So it's validation for me that, okay, I do have something inside me that knows the truth.
Imagine that.
Imagine I do have something that actually knows what's going on. Just don't doubt the dang thing. Just listen to it. Well, it makes sense. I think continuing on, because it will emphasize the point, I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit.
Okay, cool. I get to listen to somebody else read.
Yeah. We're on 395 at the bottom of the page. Everything that you see, everything that you seem to know, everything you could possibly be aware of is within the mind that is you. Every tiny aspect, without exception, is you. Take a moment to take in the majesty of this realization. You are everything. That is an incredible thought when you think about it. Now, the ego will undoubtedly throw in 10 million things about why that's not true, and they will throw in, well, what about this? You mean that this and this is? Don't listen to it. It's not true. The ego is not truth. You are everything. Continue on, it says, feel the meaning of these words beyond your thinking mind. There's another validation for me.
Yeah, and that's really what I was doing in the beginning when you were speaking. Remember, I said I closed my eyes and I was feeling the meaning of what you were saying, the absolute truth. Mm-hmm. Now we have an instruction to do just that.
I love the way those quote-unquote accidents happen, and the fact that that's exactly what we're talking about this morning, about my friend and just accidentally seeing his friend from 37 years ago. See the innocence of every thought within the realization of this one truth. You are everything. And if you are everything, there is nothing that must not be you. And if there is nothing that is not you, there is nothing that is not an expression of your desire. And if there is nothing that is not an expression of your desire, then everything that is given must be given to you, by you, as love. Which is a fancy way of saying there are no accidents.